Okay, we're getting into memories now. So question number 4, what is your favorite and your worst memory on trail? And this might be a little different than the next question, which is scariest. So I think I kind of
Okay.
know what you're going to say for
Okay.
scariest. So there's the 3. But in this question, it's just your favorite and your least favorite memories.
Okay. I think the most memorable favorite memory I have, there were so many, it's very difficult to choose, but this one's very visual, so it comes to mind quite quickly. I was walking in Washington in Goats Rock Wilderness. I think we're towards the end of the area. And we'd planned, I was just with another girl from England, Dirt Magnet. We planned to camp on a ridgeline. And I was really hopeful there'd be a nice sunset. And we'd force ourselves to kind of keep on going that day. We wanted to stop, but we kind of need to get the miles in. So we ended up camping at this spot, and we could see Mount Rainier in the skyline, and there was mountains below Mount Rainier, and the sun was beginning to set. And it just must have been the kind of optimum light situation for the sky to be the most beautiful pinks and orange and purples I've ever seen. It was just the most stunning sunset, and there was sort of a cloud inversion below Mount Rainier, and there was just this sort of waterfall of clouds, and this it looked like something out of a science fiction film. We were just sat there having our dinner, just thinking, wow, we are so lucky to be on this ridgeline, seeing this sunset. There's no one else around. It's just me and Dirt Magnet. And it was just so special, because hiking into the night, you see the stars, which is lovely, but then quite often you miss out on the sunset. You're walking, or maybe you're at camp and you're tired, and you're not, you're in the woods, you're in like a green tunnel, we call it, so you don't really see the sunset. So it's, for me, and the experience I had throughout the whole PCT, it was very rare to be somewhere where you had just such a stunning view of the sunset. And it was just, yeah, the pictures I've got just don't do it justice.
Right. I found that too. When I would take a picture of something beautiful, it would look totally different than what I was actually seeing. So I tried to take that in as much as possible.
Yeah. But the memories there, like the pink color was just incredible. Yeah.
So I love talking about this, because I had a similar experience. So every time I interview somebody, I compare and contrast like what I experienced. And it's funny, I didn't camp near Goat Rocks. I hiked in, was it White Pass right after? So I hiked into White Pass. And so I kind of like was hiking past Goat Rocks and then kind of the green tunnel into White Pass, but the sun was setting as I was hiking right before I got to the green tunnel. I had a similar experience. One of my best photos I took on the PCT was there, because the sunset was unreal. So I wonder if in that area that tends to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, and the next day we got up quite early to continue walking into town, and there was another cloud inversion. We'd missed the sunrise, but it was still that like beautiful sort of dusky colours. And we were just turning round on the ridges, and every ridge bend, it was just like, wow, this is just a beautiful area. Yeah.
Really is. That's one of the places I want to go back to. And it's easy access.
Yeah, there's roads sort of like, there's a block, there's a road one end and then the other end, and you kind of do the walk in like 2 or 3 days. And I mean, some people rush through and just do it in a day, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you did it right. I think you just breaking it that little section up and camping and then going into town was a good call.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there. Wonderful. Okay, what about least favorite memory? What just sucked?
I think accumulation of things over a period of time. I mean, there's a few particular mornings I remember waking up. I was in Oregon heading into Washington towards the end of my trip. I'd picked up the miles a lot. I was finding it hard to eat enough for the miles I was doing. I was mentally tired. My body was tired. I'd lost a lot of body fat, so I was just burning on like nothing. And I was finding it hard to sleep in my tent still. And there were several mornings. I remember one morning particularly in Washington, I woke up and I was just so uncomfortable, so tired, really struggling to force myself to keep going. But you have to, in the middle of nowhere. And then Yeah, so there was quite a few mornings towards that period that I just felt like, this is really hard, everything hurts. I didn't have injuries, but all of your muscles hurt, and then you stand up and that first footstep when you get out of the tent, it's like, ow, everything hurts. And then you get something out for breakfast that you don't particularly want to eat, and you just feel sorry for yourself for a while. So yeah, I think there was 2 mornings like that yeah, my least favorite memories, but in a way they're my favorite as well, because I did it. So, you know, I know how I felt and I did it. So yeah.
Right. You push through the little setbacks and the little,
Yeah.
oh, I'm feeling sorry for myself. This
Yeah.
sucks. I'm not comfortable. But
Yeah.
yeah, you finished. So you made it through those hard times. Yep. Love it.